Hey friends, so today we're going to be talking about buyer's closing costs. Yes, you heard it right. So if you're new here, I am Kira Ford. My channel talks about real estate tips and tricks, dance fitness go-tos, and much, much more. So let's just jump right into it. So what to expect for closing costs. So today when we're talking about closing costs, don't get it confused. We're not talking about down payment. So down payment and closing costs are typically what you would bring to the closing table. But down payment is really based off the price of the home. Closing costs is varied on lender, title, et cetera, et cetera. So let's just jump right into it. So the first fee that you're typically going to see on your closing disclosure, because your lender will send this over to you typically 3 days before you actually close, and you'll see lender fees. So lender fees are something that is negotiable. That's why I always tell my clients, make sure you get at least 3 quotes so you're able to see, okay, what are your lending fees, and does this person have better lending fees but a higher interest rate, or do these people have lower interest rate and low lender fees? So you always want to be very, very particular with who you decide to go with when it comes to picking your lender. So the costs that come with lenders are, number one, you have an origination fee. That's typically when you're just opening up the loan. This fee is usually 1% of the asking price. Another fee that you'll see on your seller's disclosure is your document reviewing. So when they're basically doing administration work, reviewing your documents, that price does vary. Taking a quick break. I know that this video has already brought you a ton of value. Go ahead and comment something below. Smash that like button. Okay, let's get back to it. Another fee that you'll see on there is processing fee. Every lender's processing fee is a smidge different. So that is something that you would want to ask a lender when you are shopping for lenders. Underwriting fee, they definitely will charge you for underwriting fees. So you want to make sure, once again, what is your origination fee, your document reviewing fee, what is your processing fee, and of course, your underwriting fee. Another lender fee that you'll have is an appraisal fee. So this appraisal is typically paid either up front or it can be rolled into your actual loan. So when it isn't paid into the loan and it's upfront, it's typically anywhere from $500+. I've seen it be $500. I've seen it be, the highest I've ever seen is $1,200, and that's just because that lot was huge. So it does vary. When I bought my condo, it cost me $625 for my appraisal fee. So that is something that does vary. That's something that the lender will not be able to negotiate, and they'll typically not be able to tell you that price until you're actually, closer to closing. And the last thing that you'll see as a lender fee is PMI, which is, of course, premium mortgage insurance. So this insurance is anywhere from 1.75% of your offering price, or your offer price, or the price that you're going to pay for the house. So those are typically your lending fees. The second fee that you'll typically see on your closing disclosure is title fees. So every title company is a little bit different. You don't necessarily get to pick your title company just because usually it is whatever the seller wants you to go with, or it's a title company that your agent personally has a relationship with. So those fees are not necessarily as negotiable as the lender fees. So when it comes to title fees, you're looking at settlement fee, and then you also have a title policy. So right now we are in a seller's market, so a lot of sellers are not paying for your policy, which they used to back in the day, but they're not doing that anymore. So that varies. That's also a fee that is based off the amount of the home that you're gonna buy. The settlement fee is also something that varies too, because sometimes title companies won't even have a settlement fee, or they'll have one and it's just a set fee of like $275. So that is something that does vary as well. The third thing that you'll see on your disclosure is tax fees. So the tax fee is, the first one is usually a recording fee. The recording fee is just saying you are the owner, and they have to charge you to be able to switch out the name of the old owner into your name, or if it's a new construction, they will charge you just to put your name as the owner. The second fee that you'll typically pay when it comes to taxes is transferable fees. So that is where you have to pay the difference of whatever the seller didn't pay for your home, property taxes. So let's just say you moved in the middle of, because we're about to be in June, or we're in June. This is how you know my brain's everywhere. We were in June, so we're halfway through the year. So the seller has paid half of the year in taxes, so the transferable fee is saying that you'll be paying the rest of the taxes. And of course, that is something that is rolled into your monthly fee. A portion of your mortgage will be put into this tax escrow account that will pay your taxes every single year. So that's another fee that you'll see on your closing, well, you know, your not seller's disclosure, your closing disclosure. And the final and last fees that you'll see on your disclosure is prepaid and escrow fees. So you'll usually see an HOA initiation fee. So if that's something that, if your community has an HOA, they typically will make you pay a fee to get into the HOA. Sometimes they have this fee, sometimes they don't, but it does vary for each home that you have. Of course, people were like, well, what if I don't want to pay it? You don't really get an option, because when you move into an HOA, it's just mandatory. Sorry. Another fee that you'll have when it comes to prepaid and escrow fees is your owner's insurance. So yes, owner's insurance is completely different from lender's insurance. Lender's insurance protects the lender, to make sure that the lender is protected just in case you have a foreclosed on this house and you don't want to pay any more bills. They also want to protect their money and the asset, but also on your behalf, you also have a owner's insurance. And the owner's insurance is basically to say that you're the owner, and if anything happens to this house, you are able to get some insurance money to fix the home. And the last thing that you'll typically see on the disclosure is home interest. So typically, if you buy the home in the middle of the month or the end of the month, you do have to pay a certain amount of interest on that home from when you were in the process of buying it to you actually buying it. So that's another prepaid thing that you do have to pay a little bit more upfront. Oh, I don't know, what is that little dust thing? But anyways, so those are the fees. I hope this has helped. I hope this gives you more of a breakdown, because I know a lot of times when people get those final closing disclosure, they're like, what is all this? The main thing that people look at is what their monthly is going to be and how much the actual amount of the home is going to be. But this is just a basic breakdown of what every line is. Now, if you want me to go through a closing disclosure, like line by line, definitely comment in the comments below saying, hey, I would love this, tell me more, and I'll be more than happy to make a video on that. Also, guys, if this video has brought you value, which I know it has, make sure you smash that like button and hit the subscribe button and the notification button so you are notified every time that I post a video. Also, if you already know my goal is to help my first-time home buyers and my sellers create generational wealth by buying, selling, and investing in real estate. Allow me to be your real estate cheerleader and cheer you through this process, guys. I love you so much. And yes, I'm sure you can probably notice I have a sinus infection. I'm a little clogged up. So forgive me if I don't sound the same. I feel like I somewhat sound the same, but you probably can tell a little bit of a difference. Anyways, I love you guys, and I will see you next time. Also, friends, next week we will be talking about seller's financing. So make sure you tune in for next week. And you already know I drop a video every single Wednesday. And once again, I hope this video has brought you value. Peace. For real this time, though.
Oh my gosh, there she is. It's Kira Ford. Kira Ford. You don't know what? Never heard? Oh my gosh, she's played every time.